guys, my name is Aisha and this is my channel where we talk about everything health from the top of the head to the soles of the feet, starting off with these beautiful locks. And that's mostly what this channel is about, y'all. So we're going to talk about healthy locks, but today my focus is on transitioning from whatever your hairstyle is, whatever your hair is, whatever state is in, to locks. Okay, so today we're going to talk about relaxer to locks, okay, and kind of what that looks like, what it entails, and what's the best method for you to start off with, in my opinion, okay, to start these locks. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, so with locks, okay, and I can tell you some of my background with locks and why I researched it and things that I looked at. One of my biggest things when I was looking at locks is how could I start locks and it actually stay locked, right? Because first of all, my curl pattern, the pattern of my my textured hair is completely different than maybe someone else's hair, right? I have a combination of 4A/3C/4B in small parts of my head. So when I did twists or braids or whatever, I had to be careful because I would experience slippage, especially if I had twists in my hair, y'all. It doesn't matter how small I had them. It didn't matter what I did to manipulate them. Twists would always just unravel out of my head. So for me, the start method had to be something that was going to stay tight and stay together as much as possible and not unravel as I go about my day or as I work out or as I swim and do this and that. Okay, so let me start off with that. But if you are starting off with a relaxer, it may look totally different than if you're starting off with loose natural hair. Okay, because our natural kinks, our natural curl makes holding on to certain hairstyles possible. When we straighten our hair, when we relax our hair to the point where there is no curl, where it's just you get it wet, it's humid outside, it may puff up, but it's not going to curl up, it's not going to kink up. It makes it different for when you're starting locks because it is a process in which your hair is basically staying in that natural kinked up state, and it is a beautiful thing, but that is where it can flourish. So if you have straight hair going into it, it may be a little bit harder, and so there may be some teasing involved. It may be a different method that you choose based off of that, and we'll kind of go into that. So first, if you are going from relaxed hair, straight hair to locks, my opinion, what I think, this is me, okay, this is what I think and what I've seen, is that you should not go in with twist. You should not. Now, braids are questionable, right? So depending on who gets them done, if they braid it all the way down, it depends. But twist is no, is a big old X, because what it does is all you're doing is taking that hair and wrapping around each other. So even if you have a relaxer, when you do twist, generally it's just straight hair twisted up, and if you don't bind it at the bottom, if you don't do anything, you'll see little hairs fly out and you'll start to unravel your hair. And especially if you have any kind of split ends or your hair is like in a what do you call it, where they kind of shave it down, you know, layered. There we go, bam, that's the word. If it's in like a layered style, then y'all, you're gonna have straight hairs just going out because it's straight right now. Now as your roots start to come in, you can kind of start to see that lock form, but that takes time. So my recommendation, if you're gonna start locks, is do not start with twist. Okay, twist unravels on natural hair, so it definitely is gonna unravel on your straight relaxed hair. Okay, so don't start off with that. Now, braids. I know we kind of touched on this, right? I don't like braids in any form. And that's, again, y'all, I have people come on here saying, well, I did it and it worked fine. That's fine. I don't care. It works for you. Okay? I do care. I take that back. It works for you, then it works for me. But in my opinion, and what I've seen and what I've experienced in my own hair, that braid locks is just not it. And one reason for me it was never going to be it, because my loctician told me when I had the consultation that if I got braids, that it would show a braided pattern for many, many, many years. And that's not what I wanted. I didn't want braids that I left in for many years. I wanted it to show a locked pattern. So in order to get that, I had to do the interlocking method. Okay, I could not do braids, I could not do twists because they unravel. I had to do interlocking. There are some people who choose to do braids because one is easier, especially to start off with. Probably the highest, most anything, is more cost effective, and they may genuinely like the look of it. I didn't want my locks to look like braids for years. I wanted my locks to look like locks for years. And so for me, interlocking was a big thing. When you have relaxed hair, having those braids can work. But again, you're going to have to bind that hair at the bottom, because if your hair is uber straight, or maybe you got some split ends at the bottom, different things like that that can differ how it reacts, it may unravel itself again, y'all. And that, my friend, is annoying, because if you're going to pay $700, $1,000, $2,000, whatever crazy prices are out there now, then you want to have it done, and you don't want it to undo itself. That is so annoying. Okay, y'all? So, if your hair is natural, if you have a relaxer and your hair is already naturally more of a relaxed curl pattern, I would not go that way. All right? I would choose to go the interlocking way. And that's because, one, I love that you have to start from the bottom and work your way up, right? I love that, because it's almost like it's already locked in. It's like you're not knotting your hair at the bottom, but it is sealed, for me, a little bit more at the bottom. So even now, y'all, I still have curl. It's been over 4 years. We're going to 5 years, and I still have curl at the bottom, and never once have my hair come out or unraveled or anything like that. Now, I was super precautious. I paid attention to what my loctician said. I made sure to bind it. I made sure to do all of this, put those rubber bands in, keep it nice and tight when I washed my hair, when I worked out, when I went swimming, all those things to make sure it didn't unravel. But using the interlocking method for my hair worked wonders, because it did not come apart. Now, I started with hair about a little longer than my shoulder, so that has something to do with it as well. It wasn't just, you know, maybe a couple of inches of hair, which if it unravels a little bit, it can unravel a lot. All right, so if you're starting off with relaxed hair, okay, relaxed hair, I think that the best method to start off your micro locks, your sister lock. Well, sister locks are automatically interlocked. That's what they do. If you get sister locks and somebody says, okay, we're going to twist your hair, run for the heels, because they're stealing your money. Okay, it's automatically interlocked, which means they're going to start at the bottom. They're literally going to look like they're weaving your hair from bottom all the way to the top. And then they get to the top, and usually they take a locking tool and then they finish out the rest, because you literally can't do it with your fingers once you get to the top. If they are sister lock certified or have that certification, and they start twisting your hair and calling it sister locks, run. All right, now micro locks, that's the difference. Okay, there's no certification. Well, there are certifications for micro locks, but y'all, you can get it, you cannot, it really doesn't matter. Right? My loctician is a natural hairstylist. Now, granted, she did get her sister law certification, but that was way back when it first started, and it wasn't, you know, it was something she wanted to learn, but it wasn't necessary in order to lock people's hair or to palm roll it or whatnot. And that's another thing, palm rolling. If you're starting off with larger locks, so maybe you not opt for the micro locks or the sister locks. If you're starting off with larger locks and you have straight hair, it is going to be hard to palm roll and to keep it. You're going to have to tease your hair like nobody's business, okay? Okay, all right, so side note. That was my side tangent. All right. So making sure that you're choosing the right method to get started. That bone straight hair is going to need a little bit more kink. It's going to take a little bit more time. And for a while, your hair is going to look flat. All right. And that's okay. That's okay, y'all. It is a journey. It takes time. I've known people who waited till they can grow out some kinkiness in their hair, or just wait till their natural hair pattern come back. I've known plenty of people who started off with that relaxed hair, and then as it grew out, they just cut off the ends, and that's how they did it. I know people who've done lock extensions with it. So instead of starting off with that, they just added in that hair right away. And I know some people who just did a big chop and just waited for their hair to grow out even longer to make sure they have like a cute bob when they got the interlocks, or when they wanted to twist it or whatnot. So y'all, There are so many ways to do this whole journey, but don't get it twisted. If you have straight hair going into locks and somebody twists your hair, chances are it's gonna come out. Okay, let me just throw that out there. Unless half your hair is kinked and half of it straight, then it's going to come out. All right, so my best thing, y'all, if you're going from relax to locks, put in those interlocks, get it installed interlocked. Get it interlocked. And that is the method in which you're installing the locks. It is not the locks itself. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It's how you do it, not what it actually is, because then you got the different names and people keep saying, oh, well, I still don't understand the difference between interlocked and microlocks. It's not interlocked and microlocks, right? It's interlocked. It's the method in which you install the locks. Okay, all right, y'all, I'll see you next time. Bye.